My girlfriend's daughter accused me of SA. After proving innocent, my girlfriend wants us to move on like nothing happened. My 37M, GF, 34F, has a daughter, 13F. We've been going out for the best part of 2 years. It was going amazingly well, and because of the lockdown, we moved in together. She has just one daughter, and I always thought we got on well. Last week, I got home from work and I noticed she and her daughter were not in. I didn't really think it was strange, but I then was contacted by the police asking me to go in and see them, which I did. Basically, her daughter accused me of S.ing her. I didn't, of course, absolutely denied it, and the police asked me permission to search my house, which I did. They examined the daughter, didn't find anything, and she basically was interviewed and admitted she made it up. She admitted her dad, who's a real wrong one, was telling her she needed to say that so it could get me out the picture, and he might be able to be back in her life. He's not been in it for a while and hasn't long started to make contact and spend time with her, and we've noticed she's changed a bit lately. Acting out, being disrespectful, that sort of thing. If I ask her to do something, "You're not my fucking dad," etc. Naturally, I'm relieved, but I'm angry, upset, and just really confused. My girlfriend made contact, saying she wants to move back in and we look into picking up where we left off. I told her no way, because I can't trust her daughter yet and don't really want to be around her, and I'm not sure I want her living under my roof. She said she's only a kid and I shouldn't hold it against her and was being manipulated. I know that's true, but I can't look past how horrible it was. She also says as a mum she did what she had to do, and as horrible as it was, she'd do it again in a heartbeat, so can't say she apologizes. I mean, I get that, but it doesn't make anything easier, and I can't apologize for how I feel too. So here I am. I don't know what to do. She's staying with her mum until we can talk, but I genuinely don't know what way it'll go. Do I take her back and move on? Or shall I cut my losses? Edited to add, it's bad enough what happened. What's making it feel worse is that I feel like she should be a bit more empathetic and apologize at least for what happened and what the kid did. But she's not doing that. Edit 2. I'm not a police apologist or anything, but what is it with people in this thread and the police? They did a great job, investigated properly, and my name is cleared, and I have no further involvement with them. I just don't understand why people have a problem with me stating the facts or even not being negative about them. Relevant comments. I don't think it's a good idea to continue. Yes, the girl was manipulated by her dad. But if it happened once, why shouldn't it happen again? Yes, as a mom, your GF did right by her daughter. However, would you be able to even consider letting her and the girl move back in, knowing that you are in constant danger of being accused again? Sorry, but I think you should move on and let them sort out the mess with the dad alone. Opie. Exactly, I just don't trust her daughter anymore. And if you can't trust someone under your own roof, there's not much chance of building that back up. Comment. This is true, but I'd like to add a thought. I remember reading somewhere that children that are being abused will sometimes point the finger at the wrong person in order to cry for help, but avoid backlash from the person they're actually afraid of, the real abuser. Has she seemed therapy? There's a far-off chance that she's being abused by someone, maybe the father. Opie. I understand this, and if true, it's fucked up. But if so, it's her job to do something and protect her daughter as she did in this situation. Comment. The other aspect of this is that the ex is out to get you by manipulating a 13 years old. Do you know what else he is capable of doing to you? And is it worth going through more grief for this relationship? I could also be doing more damage to the daughter caught between her vindictive father and yourselves, and she is already being used as a pawn to attack you. Opie. Absolutely. I mean, we've had words before and they definitely weren't polite, so it's obvious he's willing to go to a lot more lengths to damage me. Comment. Has her kid apologized? So she thinks the fact that you almost went to jail for years isn't a big deal? This is a huge deal. I would tell her the truth. You love her, but you are no longer comfortable with her daughter living in your home. Opie. Nope, although I haven't wanted to be near her, so she wouldn't have the chance anyway. I mean, in hindsight, it was a ridiculous accusation. The police that investigated even said it was ridiculous and knew within 5 minutes of interviewing me it was false, but they had to investigate anyway. Comment. Move on. This child needs her mom's full attention and you need to protect yourself. I do, however, feel your ex did the right thing. Her daughter had no history of lying and did not show any hatred towards you, so of course she believed her and took steps to make sure she was safe. Heck, even if she hated your guts, she should make sure the kid is safe when such allegations are made. It's her job as a mom to put her kid first. I would have done the same without a second thought. Opie. I do agree that she should have done it and done the right thing. No arguments there. But it's her lack of compassion and empathy for what I've been through. As others have said, if she didn't admit to making it up, it could have been very bad for me. And all it would have took was someone to get wind of it and leak on social media and I'd be harassed or worse. Comment. I really don't understand why she can't apologize. I get that she would do it again because obviously you should believe her child, but at the same time that shouldn't hinder your ability to apologize. And why the hell does she still let the father talk to her daughter? If he does, it should be supervised in some way since that's the root of all the problems. Opie. I don't understand why he's still in her life either. He's an absolute waste man. Loads of fucking kids with different women, in and out of jail and never works. Comment. It's not your GF's fault, so I don't know if she necessarily owes you an apology, although I would apologize if I were her. But it's also not your fault, and asking to keep her daughter out of your house is reasonable. Your GF needs to get her daughter into therapy. Children are naive and easily manipulated. But she needs to understand that her parents' relationship is over and that her actions have consequences. Whether you want to stay in your GF's life and give her daughter a second chance is your call, and you shouldn't feel guilty if the answer is no. Opie. I'm not expecting an apology for going to the police. I would too in that situation. But I do think she should say she's sorry for what I've been through and acknowledge it shouldn't have happened, which she's not doing. Comment. There are no winners here. Your GF did the right thing and owes you no apology. Her 13 years old was manipulated by her father and is a victim. Her mother acted appropriately in the short term to figure out what really happened. You don't have to like it, but any good parent in the world would and should have done the same thing. Her only failure was probably in failing to communicate with you about it, but I bet the police told her not to warn you. That sucks, but it is what it is. Your feelings about it are valid, of course, and it is entirely reasonable to not just forget about it and move back in together, but it is unfair to really blame anyone but your GF's ex. Opie. As I've said multiple times, I don't blame her for reporting it. I'm not a parent myself, but absolutely can't blame her for protecting her child. I do think I'm owed an apology though for what happened and being accused of something so awful, and an acknowledgement and that it was really fucked up. People say sorry all the time. Sorry for your loss, etc. I just feel safe has no empathy. Update. I broke up with her. Thank you all honestly for all the advice and reassurance. I honestly already knew that I wanted to finish it ever before my last post. But I just needed others to write it out to verify it in my own mind. A few people said, why is this even a question? Well, in all honesty, it was mainly because I'm not the most self-confident of guys. You see, even though I'm told I'm a great guy and a good catch, I've only ever been in 3 serious relationships and sexually active with 7 women including her, and she couldn't believe it when I told her I'd been single for a while before I met her. I don't have a lot of confidence with women. So I was genuinely weighing up if I should stay with her, as I might not meet anyone else for a while and might not be able to do better, as sad as that sounds. Plus, I was worried if I do meet someone else. How do I explain how my last relationship ended? Oh yeah, me and my ex didn't work out because her 13-year-old daughter accused me of touching her there, and I didn't ever want to see her again. But she later admitted it was false, and her dad put her up to it, and the police cleared me. So I suppose, looking at myself, I've got a lot to work on before I consider dating again. So to elaborate on the breakup but keep it salient, I told her to come over last night. Said to her I agree what she did was right by her daughter, and I would do the same if I had a child that told me that, but I think she's out of order for not apologizing what I've been through or showing me any empathy. I said I can't trust her daughter anymore, and don't want to be around her or have her in my life, so that's it. I'm finishing with her. I also said there's too much drama. I don't want her ex interfering in my life. I didn't sign up for that. She started really crying, saying she's so sorry, etc., but I told her it's too late. She should have done that as soon as she knew I was innocent. I told her to go back to her mom's and think about how she wants to get her and her daughter's stuff back, and call me in a few days when she's decided. More tears, but she then, after a while, if it would make any difference if her daughter apologized. I said no, I never want to talk to her again. I'm especially done with her, and I explained why. Not only am I so angry with her, I can't trust her. And what she did makes me angry for another reason too. Basically, I was SAA'd as a child by an older male family member when I was 7. Fucked me up for a long time. So to have someone lie about something so disgusting, it fills me up with a lot of rage. She, my ex, had no idea. I never told her in our relationship at all. If she knew, she would definitely have apologized. I got so annoyed about that. Like, why does knowing what I went through make me more worthy of empathy? Does not ruining your boyfriend's life make me less of an apology? I went off on a rant about that. I was so pissed off. So after I had my rant about it, I told her to leave and we'll talk in a few days about when to start collecting her stuff. I feel mixed, justified in ending it, but sad it's over. Like, we were amazing up until this. Really started to bond as a team. Lots of good moments. My dog's missing them too. He sat by the door crying after she left. Edit. Just to get this out the way, let's stop with this "you let the father win" or "he's won" talk. He's not really won anything. He's alienated his daughter. Ex hates him and the police are looking for him. Not only to mention, if he happened to cause me or my family any more trouble or bother us again, it'll end up very badly for him. He may have won the battle, but he's certainly lost the war. Relevant comments. Good on you. There are certain lines you should never cross, and once crossed you can never uncross. When she comes back to collect her items, just for peace of mind, have a friend around so that you are not left alone with her and her daughter. You do deserve an apology and should have been given one without even bringing up your own personal experience with SA. Opie. Absolutely. I'll ask my neighbor if she'll sit in with me. Or her husband, I'm sure they will. Thank you too. It fucks me off no end it took revealing that to get her to understand better. Comment. You might also be able to get the police to have an officer do a civil standby when she comes for her stuff. OP. I never realized this was a thing until a few people have mentioned it here. Thank you. Comment. Why isn't she going after her ex-husband who is manipulating their daughter to think about disgusting things and lie about shit? Daughter is going to have a hard time with a POS dad like that. Best wishes, man. OP. I think they are, but he's done a runner like he always does when the going gets tough.